I'm James Rowson. In the previous 5 chapters, we discussed various areas of hitting. This 6th chapter, we're going to get a little more advanced and talk some different particulars of the game that may be helpful to the advanced hitter. To start with, we always talk about advanced hitters should identify their strengths as a player first. When I say identify your strengths, understand what pitches you hit best, what areas of the zone you cover best, and what gives you your best opportunity to square the baseball up. Those are things every hitter should be trying to determine about himself. If you're not sure what pitches you hit best, start with the batting tee. Which balls do you square up most consistently? Look at video of yourself and the balls that you drive, the balls that you get extra base hits on. Where's that pitch location? It's very important that a hitter starts to define himself and knows himself as he gets deeper and deeper in the game of baseball. One aspect of baseball that's talked about a lot is situational hitting. To know yourself in situational hitting is critical. You'll see hitters understand, I'll see hitters that don't have a power swing or not power hitters, and yet they come up in certain situations and they're trying to hit balls to the outfield. That plays against their strength. Understand yourself, understand there's different ways. There may be time to lay down a bunt. There may be time to try to hit behind the runner. Look out at the infield, see where the position, where the defense has positioned themselves, and understand that's part of what I may be going to the plate with. A smart player, a player that understands his strengths, and then a player that understands the game can make himself very successful. It's not always the most talented player. Sometimes it's the smartest player that coaches and managers want. I can tell you at the professional level, players that don't have smarts for the game tend to struggle the higher they get, and players that understand the game tend to move a lot quicker as time goes on because they understand their strengths as a player. Situational hitting is key to understanding your strengths. Power hitters should not be trying to move runners with weak ground balls to second base. They should be trying to drive the ball at all times. Speed guys should be understanding their bunt game, understanding when to use that game, understanding when to bunt for base hits in certain situations. It's using smarts. Another big area of understanding is understanding how to prepare yourself on the daily basis, which means doing video work at times or doing studying of the opposing pitcher, starting pitcher, and also some of the guys in the bullpen. Young hitters should track all pitchers that they've faced before. You can track these pitchers in a book. You can track these pitchers by watching them warm up. There's many ways to track the guys that you're facing, but you should have an idea of who's on the mound, and if you've had 10 or 12 at-bats against this particular pitcher, you should have an idea of how he pitches now, and more importantly, how he's gotten you out and how you've had success against that pitcher. Very important to do that. You shouldn't face a pitcher for the 5th or 6th time and have no idea what he's going to throw out there. Chances are that means you haven't been focusing, you haven't been locking in, you haven't been doing your homework on the opposing pitcher. If we're going to succeed, we're going to need our talent, but we're also going to need great preparation skills and trying to have that success. Very important for the professional hitter to have that attitude every day. Preparation's key that we just talked about. Obviously, understanding the situation, understanding your strengths, and moving with confidence, being able to move past failure. Very important. Baseball is a game of failure. Baseball is a tough game, especially hitting. You're going to fail more often than you succeed. So we have to understand how we measure failure and success. If we measure success simply by hits, very tough game to deal with. Success is having an approach on the daily basis, getting in the batter's box, working to execute that plan on the daily basis, and once I go up there, I have a plan and I try to execute that plan. Sometimes the results will work in my favor, sometimes it won't. The great players are the players that can get over that quickly and move on to the next at bat. See a lot of young players, they can't move on to that next at bat. So that first bat at bat will drastically affect the rest of their game. It affects that next at bat. You see the players that are a little better, the players that can move on, you can be 0 for 3, But that fourth at bat may be the at bat that decides whether we win or lose this game. And I don't want you thinking about that first at bat that may not have been successful. You need to have confidence. Confidence is something I've talked about probably in every chapter at some point. I've mentioned the word confidence, and good hitters need to remain confident. They need to believe in their abilities and not be so mechanical and focus more on being positive, being confident, staying focused, and again, putting the barrel of the bat on the ball. So our situational hitting is a key factor in that. Also understanding the counts in which we hit in. My swing may not change, but what's going on in my mind may change based on the count. Sometimes I'm looking for a ball to drive early in the count in an advantage count, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, 0-0. I'm looking for a good pitch in a good spot so I can drive a pitch for a double or for a home run or drive a ball in the gap. When I get to counts that may be 0-2, 1-2, 2-strike counts, now my approach may change. I may not be looking to rush or to really drive a ball. I may be looking to allow the ball to travel a little bit more, have a bit of a shorter swing. I'm trying to create contact. I'm trying to have a good at bat, maybe have a 9 or 10 pitch at bat. I'm trying to do something to help the team at that point now that I've gotten to 2 strikes. Good hitters understand that. That should help decrease strikeouts in some situations by simply adjusting your plan. When you go to the 2-strike approach, you don't necessarily have to change your batting stance or change the way you hit. Sometimes it's simply changing the thought process and changing what you do. This segment was for advanced hitters because we're talking about the small details of the game. These preparation details and the things we talked about in this 6th chapter are the things you need to take your game to the next level.